a Japanese director who's extremely well known. So I'm gonna take a look over at like his best known films, to be honest. And God, he has a bunch of films. Um, so he mainly has. So as a director, as far as I know, Stray Dogs, Scandal, Rashomon, Seven Samurai, Sanjuro, Ran, Dreams, which is really fantastic. But I'll definitely have to make sure to see them all. I can't really state much about him because I haven't had the opportunity to see him. But so I'm going to be referring to now. There's Wes Anderson, who is a very well known American filmmaker. Now he's well known for one particular like for the kind of humor as well as the soundtracks, which sound simplistic, which I enjoy, to be honest. I love it more than anything else, as well as there's the very well known kind of cinematography style where it looks cartoonish but not to a laughable state. So he directed a couple of movies like the Royal Tenenbaums, the Darjeeling Limited, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, the Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, and The French Dispatch, which I've seen all of them except for Moonrise Kingdom, The Royal Tenenbaums, and The French Dispatch, which is yet to come. But I can't wait to see what he has to offer with this movie coming up quite soon. So there is a so like he got 4 Academy Awards, 5 BAFTAs, and 2 Golden Globe Awards for The Royal Tenenbaums, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, The Grand Budapest Hotel, as well as Isle of Dogs, respectively. Next up, we have Ridley Scott, who is a British film director, which is kind of weird because when you think his name, you think American films, which is odd. He did films like Alien, which is extremely well known, Blade Runner. He did a film called Legend, Thelma and Louise, G.I. Jane, Gladiator, Hannibal, Black Hawk Down, A Kingdom of Heaven, which was, I believe, an historical drama film. He did American Gangster, Body of Lies, Robin Hood, Prometheus, The Martian, Alien Covenant, The Last Duel, House of Gucci, and he's set to produce a film called Kit Bag, which is set to come on Apple TV Plus. He's very well known in the horror sphere, and as well as other areas as well. And it's really entertaining to see a director as popular as him. We have David Lynch, but David Lynch is much better known for his TV shows that he has his movies. Although he does have Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, which is the same thing as Twin Peaks TV series, which I've watched a couple episodes of, but I have to rewatch soon. He did Eraserhead, The Elephant Man, Dune, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, and that's it as far as I know. So we have Steven Soderbergh, who is an American film director. He's very well known for like a couple of films. Let me just pull them up here. There's the film Grey's Anatomy, which is odd to be honest. Yeah, so he did Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. He did Che Part 1 and Part 2, which is about Che Guevara, of course. And Haywire, Magic Mike, Logan Lucky, Unsane. It's not as popular as what one might think, but he's definitely extremely well known when it comes to Ocean's 11, 12, and 13, as well as Solaris. So we have Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is a very extremely famous actor, much more than he was a film star, to be honest. So his filmography is simply one of, if not the best, to be honest. He was in a bunch of films in the 50s. A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, The Witches, um, Dirty Harry, Joe Kidd, Breezy, um, Escape from Alcatraz, which is really really fun to be honest. Uh, he was also in the film The Honky Tonk Man. I did film Bird, Unforgiven, and as of recently he did films like Mystic River, Million Dollar Baby, Gran Torino, Invictus, J. Edgar, American Sniper, Sully, um, The Mule, and Cry Macho, which is really fantastic to think of as a person who was from acting, uncredited acting, to directing. Really amazing to see his capabilities, to be honest. Now we have David Fincher, and he's another legendary director as well. He did films like Mank, Gone Girl, the Girl with the Golden Tattoo, Social Network, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Zodiac, Fight Club, The Game, Seven, and Alien 3. All of those are classics by my part. At least Gone Girl is the only new. Actually, Mark is the only newer ones. But other than that, it's still popular and can be remembered by all fans of the film. We have Sir Francis Ford Coppola, which is extremely known for Godfather, all that fun stuff. I'll take a look through his names here. Yeah, Godfather, 1, 2, as well as 3. Apocalypse Now. He did. But I mean, the thing is that those movies are the only ones that you have to think of. You don't have to think of anything else because Godfather essential, Godfather 2 amazing, and Apocalypse Now, which is fantastic. So there's no point to look at everything else because he's very well thought of and very well respected. And he's only 83 years old, which is really great to see someone at his day and age. We have Stanley Kubrick, who sadly passed away quite a while ago, in '99. So his style is very interesting to be honest. It's very entertaining and interesting to see. So what must be said though is that he's very eccentric. He did films like Doctor Strangelove, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, and Eyes Wide Shut, which was all amazing movies, to be honest. They're nothing less than popular or well known than these films. Christopher Nolan, who is definitely one of, if not the greatest director of all time, to be honest, at least in my opinion. He never really misses. He did the film Following, Memento, Insomnia, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises as well. The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Tenet. All of those films, about 10 of those films are all hits. None of them is a miss. Not a single one of them is a bad film. Quentin Tarantino, for example, is pretty similar in style, to be honest. He is very well known for his kind of dark, gritty, and gruesome blood and gore, which is fantastic to see at times. Did films like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. He also directed part of the films Four Rooms, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill 1, 2, is said to be potentially 3, Sin City, a part of it, Grindhouse, Death Proof, as well as Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All of those movies are absolute 10s, and there's nothing else that comes close to that, to be honest. And I mean, that has to be said because it's fantastic. We have James Cameron, who is another extremely well-known director. He did Terminator 2 and T2 Judgment Day. He did The Aliens, the sequel to the Ridley Scott film Alien. True Lies, Titanic, and Avatar are said to be potentially making Avatar 2 and 3. Can't wait to see what he has to offer in the future. We have Sir Alfred Hitchcock, which is, by anyone's account, an extremely well-known director. Extremely. He did films like Murder with a capital M, of course. The Man Who Knew Too Much, Saboteur, Lifeboat, Notorious, I Confess, Strangers on a Train, Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, To Catch a Thief, The Trouble with Harry, The Wrong Man, Vertigo, Psycho, The Birds. The list goes on, and the fact that many of the films are actually misses, but the few of them that are hits for a particular reason, and you have to respect that. Granted, of course. He did. Next up, we have Steven Spielberg, who is extremely well known for his interesting kind of directing. He did West Side Story, came out this year. We did Ready Player One, The Post, Bridge of Spies, Lincoln, The Adventures of Tintin, Indiana Jones, I think all of them as far as I know. War of the Worlds, The Terminal, Catch Me If You Can, Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Hook, The Color Purple, Twilight Zone, the movie, at least a segment of it, and E.T. I mean, the question is, like, what hasn't he done? He also did Jaws, which is extremely well known. He is extremely popular and liked and well respected. Finally, we have Martin Scorsese, who is extremely popular and loved by all film fans alike. Did Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, The King of Comedy, After Hours, Goodfellas, Casino, Gangs of New York, The Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, Hugo, The Wolf of Wall Street, Silence, The Irishman, and set to make a film on Apple TV Plus called Killers of the Flower Moon. So, as far as that goes, that's it for today's episode. I'll probably be talking about Mad Men as well as the other show of Peaky Blinders next time. Hope you guys enjoy and hope you guys have a good day and see you soon. Peace.